every time Earth Day comes up, I'm this mixture of emotions. I'm so excited that there is an Earth Day, and I love that, but I also feel this like pressure, like I should be doing more, not only on a personal level, but like on this level, like to share ideas and things. So I get really anxious around Earth Day. And that's totally not the point, right? Really appreciate that this day exists and that we have a day to put our focus on what we can do for the environment. I think it's something that we need to start doing on a more daily basis as well. So I just thought I'd make a video about some thoughts, some general thoughts and ideas that I have. I am not the picture perfect environmentalist here, but I do have a lot of ideas. It is something I think about a lot. So I just thought I'd share a few things here. First of all, I know we're all coming from different places on this, different experiences and backgrounds and knowledge. And so all we can do is our best, including me. So just let's start there. Also wanted to say that I'm making a video about some more practical tips for Earth Day. So I will put a link to that below. These are just general thoughts. My first thought is to just simply ask questions. So think about what kind of companies your products are coming from. Which companies are you supporting? How are they treating their employees? Where are they sourcing their products from? What kind of transportation are they using? Are they offsetting any of that? Are these companies paying their taxes? Are they cutting corners to give you lower prices? Oftentimes, the places where you find the super low prices are the ones who are not treating their employees very well, the ones who are not doing great things for our environment. So if that means buying a few less things, but paying a few more dollars, sometimes I think that's worth it. Also asking questions about the products themselves. Where have these products come from? If you think about it, to get any product we have, it has had to go through so many different factories and transportation, and what kind of impact has that had on our planet? So how far away have these come from, and what kind of resources have our products come from? And a huge question is what will become of this product when we are done with it? So hopefully you are going to donate or pass along or sell your product when your time with it is done, if it's still usable. There are many places that you can pass along and recycle special items that cannot go to a thrift shop, but that's another episode. But even once the product goes to another person, eventually the product is going to reach the end of its life. And what will become of that product? Does it just go in a landfill? What is the afterlife of your product? How long will your product last? If you can find a product that will be more durable and last longer, that's obviously awesome. Also, if you can find products that can be more easily recycled, or parts of them can be, that's awesome as well. But yes, asking what's going to become of your product once it's done with it is an important question. And I know that's a big ask because we've all got busy lives and we've got things that we quote need. But I think these are questions that we do need to start thinking about and asking. Another tip I have for the environment is that whole peace begins with you thing, which is to start with yourself. So the more happiness you have in your life, the less crazy busy and chaotic your life is, the more you can slow down and think about some of these questions, the more that you can make better choices, the more you can research some of these things. Also, the happier we are, the less we feel the need to go out and buy more things to make us feel that happy feeling, right? And the healthier we are, I feel like this is its own whole video, but the healthier we are, the more healthy choices we make in our food and in our day-to-day life, we are actually going to have less negative impact on the environment. I know that sounds maybe that sounds kind of weird, but if you think about it, the more we're eating junk food type things, we're using lots of packaging and foods with dyes and all sorts of things like that. The more we're eating fresh, local foods, the better our choices are for the environment and the better our own health is. Does that kind of make sense? And the more we're getting outside and appreciating nature and seeing what's out there, the more we can appreciate what we're trying to take care of. So the healthier our own choices, I feel like the healthier our environment will be. Granted, I know we all go through times where we are in survival mode or where things come up that are beyond our control. But for the times that you can, when you can make those healthy choices, it's actually, I think, going to be all around helpful for our environment as well. So it's a win-win. The next one is voting. I was a very cynical young 20-something once upon a time, and I didn't know if my vote made a difference. I really questioned it. But now I feel quite the opposite. I feel like our votes really, really, really do matter. Every time a vote comes up, I will say that I am a procrastinator in that it's usually a couple nights before the ballots due. But I do go ahead and I research each person or each proposition, and I see how it lines up, not only with my political beliefs, but with how this person is going to be viewing our environment and what they're going to be doing for our earth and for our world. Because anything that affects our environment and our earth affects us. It's not just a hugging tree sort of thing, which I do love doing, but all of this, as we can see, is connected, and whatever happens to our earth happens to us. So taking the time to research before you vote is so important. There is information on voting pamphlets themselves, but if you take the time to research online, sometimes you'll find even more, and I find it to be really helpful. And it is something you can do that I wholeheartedly believe will make a difference. Also, vote with your wallet. Anytime we shop, wherever that is, we are voting for the kinds of products we want to see and the kinds of companies we want to see and what we feel is okay for these companies to be doing. If we decide we need more stuff for really cheap because we need so much stuff, and we're supporting companies that are not treating their employees well, that are ridiculously large companies who don't seem to care about their employees or about what the effects of their products or the way they are handling things, then that is what we will see more of in our world. If we take the time to put our money towards companies and products that are doing things that are more in line with what will be more beneficial for the earth. Granted, it's a lot to research all these different things, but I see people spend a lot of time researching much less important things. If we choose to support these companies or these products that are doing their best, even if it's not perfect, but doing something and doing their best to support our planet's well-being, then those are the kind of companies that I personally want to support. And if it means buying less stuff and paying a little more money, then I think it's worth it. Also be aware, because companies know that we want to hear, earth things and see little leaves and things like that. Just because you see a green leaf on a product or hear the word eco or something does not mean that this company or product is on the up and up necessarily. Just had to say that. Okay, this one I kind of said already, which is just the more time that we spend outside and spend outdoors, the more connection we're gonna feel with that, and the more we realize, A, how connected we are with everything, and B, kind of what we're doing this for. There are beautiful documentaries out there that show places all around the world and show animals in their habitats, and assuming these were made in a respectful, conscious way, then that's great, and that's really so exciting to see some of those things, and that can be helpful to see, our beautiful planet and its creatures and our connectedness. But getting outside and actually experiencing nature is so important for feeling that ourselves, for seeing the beauty all around us, and for knowing why we're doing this. Because even though we know scientifically that it's all connected and what happens to our plants and our animals, all of that is going to affect us personally, it's a totally different thing to experience that and to really want to preserve that for the sake of preserving it as well. And lastly, I just wanted to remind you and myself, because I often doubt this too, our actions really do matter. So maybe we're not the people in the big groups doing the big important things, seemingly important things out there. I'm so grateful for those people. But if you're just an everyday person like myself, I do believe that our actions make a difference. Again, with what we choose to spend our money on and with whom we choose to vote for. Just the little choices we make here and there can affect change in the people around us and in their approach and in our own lives and families as well. Your actions can and will make a difference. Thank you so much for being here, for watching. I hope you have a beautiful Earth Day, and you can check out my other video for some more practical, specific tips for Earth Day as well. Thank you. Okay, bye.